You know that feeling of anxiety? Ever wish you could just flip a switch on it? Well, today we're diving into something called the alchemical shift. It's this really powerful way of thinking that helps you transform that sense of dread into, well, into a deep, unshakable faith. So let's figure out how this thing actually works. All right, let's start with a question. A pretty big one. What if your biggest fears, the stuff that keeps you staring at the ceiling at 3 a.m., what if they all just came from a simple lack of knowledge? Seriously. What if that monster under the bed is really just a pile of clothes you haven't put away yet? Let's just hang on to that idea as we go.
Okay, so first things first, we've got to understand what we're actually dealing with here. The framework we're exploring today, it doesn't just call anxiety a feeling or a disorder. No, it calls it a psychic disease. And that sounds intense, right? So let's break down what that really means.
So what on earth is a psychic disease? Well, think of it like this. It's a kind of negative vibration humming through your body. Imagine your mind is supposed to be a radio, right? Perfectly tuned to some beautiful, clear music. This vibration is just pure static. It's this disruptive energy that just throws your whole system completely out of whack.
And listen, we've all felt this, haven't we? It's that gnawing feeling in your stomach, that sense that you're just not in the driver's seat of your own life. It's the thing that fundamentally steals our peace and makes us feel like we've lost control.
Okay, so if anxiety is the symptom, then what's the actual disease? What's the root cause? This is where we get to do a little detective work. We're going to trace that negative static, that vibration, all the way back to its true source.
So let's follow the breadcrumbs, right? Because this isn't some random, mysterious force that's just attacking us from the outside. No, this vibration, this anxiety, it has a very clear starting point. So where does it really begin?
And here it is, the first major clue. The first link in the chain. According to this way of thinking, all anxiety, every last bit of it, grows from one single seed, fear. Fear is the parent. It's the primary frequency that creates all that anxious static we feel. But wait, we can go deeper. We can ask, well, what's the source of the fear itself? And this right here is the absolute core of the whole idea. Fear isn't born from danger. It's born from ignorance. It comes from what we don't know, from the shadows we just haven't shined a light on yet.
And this right here, this is the big aha moment. Ignorance is the true root of all fear and worry. I mean, just think about that for a second. We aren't actually afraid of things we understand, are we? We're afraid of the unknown, for the simple reason that we haven't made it known yet.
Okay, so if ignorance is the root problem, the disease, the knowledge has to be the medicine, right? So now, let's get super practical. Let's look at the actual prescription for curing that psychic disease we were talking about.
And here it is, a really simple two-step cure. First, there's study. This is the active part. You go out and hunt for knowledge. You fill in the blanks. You turn what's unknown into something known. But step two, that's where the real magic happens. Understand. See, this isn't just about memorizing facts for a test. This is about internalizing that knowledge so deeply that it literally dissolves the fear. And in its place, you get faith. Faith in what you know and faith in yourself.
I absolutely love this way of looking at it. We're always told to just be brave when we're scared, but this suggests a much smarter way. The real cure for fear isn't about just gritting your teeth and running into a dark room. It's about finding the light switch. It's about getting the knowledge that makes the fear totally irrelevant in the first place.
So, we've got the cure. We know what it is. Now we're ready for the final, and maybe most important step, actually using that cure to make a fundamental shift in our entire mindset.
And this is where the real alchemy comes in. Like how ancient alchemists wanted to turn lead into gold? This process does the same thing for your mind. It transforms the heavy, dense lead of fear and ignorance into the shining gold of faith and understanding. We're not talking about a small tweak here. This is like a complete reboot of your mental operating system.
And this slide just lays it out so perfectly. Look at the old way on the left. You could call this the reactive trap. Basically, your results, what happens to you out in the world, control how you think and feel. You're like a puppet, and circumstances are pulling the strings. But now, look at the new way on the right. This is the creator's mindset. You totally flip the script. Your thinking, your internal world comes first, and that becomes the cause that actually creates your results.
So, what does that look like in practice?
It's about being proactive. Instead of waiting for the world to give you a reason to feel good, you use things like visualization and focused thought to build the reality you want from the inside out. You become the cause, not just the effect.
And that brings us to the final and most important question of all. Remember what we asked at the very beginning? What if your biggest fears just came from a lack of knowledge? Well, now the question is for you. What fear are you going to dissolve first? What desired result are you going to start building in your mind, right now, today, using the power of knowledge and faith as your foundation?